150 years ago, the bison were almost extinct. They say that there was less than 1,000 left in North America. And today we're upwards of 500,000, and that is largely due to the efforts of ranchers and conservationists. So to be able to play a role in a story of the comeback of the bison is really exciting to us. So we raise our bison on the premise of regenerative agriculture, using our farming practices to benefit soil health and the ecosystem. And we've seeded forages, and a lot of our pastures now we're seeding up to 15 different varieties of legumes, grasses, forbs, brassicas, with the idea that the plant life all works together. They all do different things within the soil. And so the idea that we operate on is the more biodiverse our pastures are for the bison, the healthier it is. And we've actually seen really great gains for the animals. We've seen really great conception rates during breeding season, and I do attribute a lot of that to the healthy, diverse plants that we're growing. We're growing all kinds of things from alfalfas to clovers, things like chicory, which some say is a natural dewormer. The list goes on of all the different things that we're growing. And so our animals are out on pasture as long as we possibly can have them. Bison do well grazing in the winter. They're an incredibly resilient animal. They are built for our climate. -40 in the winter, +30 in the summertime. They can handle it both with no problem. Yeah, they do really well in this environment, in their natural habitat, and we try to keep it that way as best as we can.
We really believe the animals are only as healthy as the soil that feeds them, and so it's really important to us to maintain that soil health, which produces healthy, nutrient-dense food for the bison to eat, and then it creates a really high-quality protein source. Bison meat is full of nutrients. It's commonly referred to as a lean meat, which it very much is. You don't have a lot of that inner muscle fat. There's some fat you get on the outside of the cuts and the steaks. The ground bison is naturally very extra lean. And so that's one of the biggest differences, is the leanness of bison meat. It's very high in protein, very high in iron, and because of those three different things, the leanness, the iron, and the protein, you get a more denser protein source, which allows you not to have to consume as much to feel as full. And it's funny when we tell people that off the cuff, sometimes they don't believe us, but you have to try it for yourself to really experience. You know, you don't need to eat that whole plate-size porterhouse steak. You can have half of it and you'll be good for the day probably. So big benefits there.
This spring we finished a project that we've been working on over about the last year and a half, and we opened up our very own on-farm abattoir. It's a fully SaskTel certified facility so that we can now harvest our own animals on the farm in the proper facility. Another side to that is we also provide a place for other butcher shops and other farmers in the area to have their animals brought here and harvested for meat.
Yeah, and the abattoir has been a very important piece to the puzzle for us, to have that autonomy to harvest animals when we need them at their peak, low stress. They're not having to leave their natural habitat at all. They don't have to be trailered or transported, as well as it allows us now to harvest and keep way more products than we were getting back before from some of the other facilities we were working with, and that's been really exciting.
So once the animals are processed here, then they go up onto the rail and slide into the cooler where they're hung for about 2 weeks typically. So they slide on in here. So we keep this room at about 3 degrees so that the carcasses can hang for an age. This is a beef that we did about 2 weeks ago. It'll be going out for processing tomorrow. So again, it's tall enough that we can hang the full half in here. And yeah, so this is as far as we take it here. When it comes time for processing, it goes out into a refrigerated truck to the butcher shop for cutting and wrapping. So Some days this is full, some days it's empty, and again we have bison, beef, pork in here. It changes day by day. So this is our cooler, and yeah, that's all in here.
And we totally make the decisions on how we want each of those animals cut. So no two animals get cut the same. We have specific orders sometimes from customers that want a certain cut and they want to cut a certain way, they want to package a certain way. So it's really been nice to have that option to have all the different varieties, and it's not just the same, you know, because we work with other locally owned, privately owned companies. It allows us to have all that flexibility as well. As we've continued throughout the years, we've really been able to find a market for most of the parts of the bison, which has been really exciting to us because there's minimal to no waste, as well as just utilizing all those benefits that the animal has for us. So we still do sell all those basic cuts like the ground, the stew, the roast, steaks, sausages, and all those sorts of things. But we've also gotten now, we keep the fat, we keep all the organs. I sell a lot of the organs to consumers, but most specifically some that will take that organ, turn it into dog treats or dog food or some other form of pet commodity, and then she'll take that, add value, and sell it through her store. We harvest the fat and I sell it as bison fat, as well as I will take that and turn it into moisturizer, into a cooking tallow. Once it's been rendered down, you start to call it tallow rather than fat. It's shelf stable and it really adds a lot of flavor to a meal. The moisturizer just has proven to be such a great natural moisturizer and healer for lots of people that have sensitive skins or rashes or sunburns. It's been a really neat path to go down making those body products as well.
Yeah, we're really passionate about agriculture as a whole, and so bison is a way for us to promote agriculture in Saskatchewan. We have so many great resources here, and the agriculture industry as a whole is amazing, and so it's really exciting for us to promote a piece of that.
We are able to see our efforts pay off, and that's something to be proud of. I think, you know, being able to see the health of the animals and the health of the pastures and the soil and how each of those things benefits the other, it's been really encouraging for us to keep doing what we're doing. It's been really well received in the agriculture industry as well as the consumer part of it, and the business is growing, which is great. But the bottom line is the animals are happy, the environment is sustainable, and it allows our kids to grow up learning where their food comes from, as well as how to take care of the land that they're living on.
We also have an on-farm store where people can come and shop like a regular business would have. So you can come to the farm, just call us up, and we're usually around, so that is an option.
We can be found on our website online at www.bisonridgefarms.com, and on that website you'll find all kinds of information, a lot about our farm, information about the meat. You can shop right on there, fill your cart with stuff, and pick your delivery option, and you don't even have to contact me. That order will be sent out at the appropriate time and delivered to your method of choice.
Also on our website we have a list of different restaurants that we get to work with, so if you want to try bison in a restaurant setting, we have a number of chefs that we've worked with. They do a fantastic job, so that's again a great way to step in and try bison for the first time is through one of those restaurants.
You can find us on social media. We try and share a lot of our story, what we do on a daily basis on our Instagram and our Facebook. We like comments. We love when people ask questions. The more that we can have other people understand fully what we do, the better it is for everyone involved.
If you have program ideas you'd like to see on maxTV Local, let us know at SaskTel.com/local.